Yeah, coming live from 215. This is your boy Rocket Reese bringing you WCC Uncensored, and we are recapping tonight's Monday Night Raw, which came from the Lone Star State of Texas. And we've got on the line, speaking of Texas, Mr. Thursday Night himself, Big Red. Yo, Red, how you doing tonight, brother?
Oh, man, I'm doing good. What about yourself, bro?
Dan. And, of course, the man who's been dominating the WCC on the airwaves, my Wednesday night brother. Here we go, Mr. Wednesday Night, DJ Gator. Yo, Gator,
I am the best. Thank you very much.
And of course, Friday night delight himself, the king of the assholes, Mr. Doug Barrett. Doug, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I will be your token white boy for the evening.
Doug doesn't matter. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just playing.
Hold on.
Go fuck yourself.
Did you say token white? Did you say token white boy?
I'm the only white dude in the room tonight, so yeah, I'm the token white guy.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, no comment. I just want to let you know that all comments expressed by Doug Barrett are solely his and in no way reflect WCC. All right, but anyway, let's get on. Well, Doug, since you're feeling a little alone here, I'm going to bring up some white boys, most notably Raw GM Brad Maddox, John Cena, and Daniel Bryan all kicking off the show with their contract signing. But a very, very interesting one at that, because for once, nobody wound up getting fucked up, which is uncharacteristic for a WWE contract signing. But even more so, Brad Maddox drops a little bombshell saying that he doesn't believe Daniel Bryan deserves the WWE title. And he decides to come up with a way for Daniel Bryan to silence his critics. He tells them that he will have a series of matches, but we wouldn't know who they would be against until later in the show. But, I got to bring up something like, and it's very rare that I think all of us will agree that John Cena will actually say something that, like, everybody agreed with, but it was like, man, you want to talk about getting somebody over. John Cena did it because it was like, nobody looked at Shawn Michaels and thought who was a small man, and nobody would think he'd be a WWE champion. He did it 3 times and had a World Heavyweight title reign to boot. Nobody thought Rey Mysterio would get there, and hell, he's the smallest of anybody of normal size. Of course, I'm going to exclude Hornswoggle from this conversation. But, of course, Rey Mysterio, 2-time world champion and a WWE champion. Eddie Guerrero, of course, former WWE champion in his own right. So, what do you think about how, like, John Cena putting Daniel Bryan over, saying that he literally is the best thing in the WWE going today?
Something don't smell right here.
I'll take 2 down. Yeah, and take 2 gallons of mouthwash.
I mean, something smells rotten in the state of Texas, and it's Cena.
How so?
I just firmly believe, and I think we all love Daniel Bryan. We want Daniel Bryan to win. But first off, I didn't like the opening segment. I'm like, shouldn't these contract signings be at the end of the show? You don't open with the 2 best guys. As much as I hate Cena, that should have been saved for maybe the middle part of the show or last, but again, my opinion. But the problem is, the only way Cena's losing this belt is by tap out, which he's never tapped out, so unless Daniel Bryan pulls out a pin victory out of his ass, I don't see Cena losing this match. Oh,
don't forget. Well, actually, I'm going to jump ahead, but we did see that later tonight. But like I said, I'm getting ahead of the show here. But it's not like Daniel Bryan has pulled out pin victories before. It's like, see, that's where I think a lot of people are going to underestimate Daniel Bryan, because, yeah, Daniel Bryan's primarily a submission guy, but don't think he can't figure out, like, some pin combos out of that.
Mm-hmm. Wait, can I ask Doug Barrett a question?
Go for it.
Mr. Barrett.
Yes.
Is there anything, any way John Cena could do something that you might like?
Yeah, it's one thing. How about you give me some more fucking points in the fantasy thing next time, jackass?
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, now that Vaughn should have came in.
And stop banging every diva that comes to the roster. Jeez, I think the only person he hasn't fucked is Vicky Guerrero.
Thanks for making me... Yeah. I would have said thanks for making me lose my dinner right there, Doug, but thankfully I didn't eat yet.
Oh, well.
Red, you've been a little silent on this one. What is your take about Cena putting D-Bry over? And
by damn time he put somebody over. I mean, usually he's the one getting put over, and for what? He's already been over for years.
And yeah, you know, it's like, here's the thing though, because like, and I gotta admit, the one thing I gotta touch off of this is like, it's very rare you actually hear Cena call out the office, but it's like, I've noticed he has done it more for Daniel Bryan than any other person, and this is even including CM Punk. It was like, well, I meant for Cena standing up for Punk, not Punk standing up for Bryan. But it was like, and Doug, you actually were the one who brought this up, like about on last week's show, but you all remember, it was John Cena who brought Daniel Bryan back at SummerSlam 3 years ago, ironically enough, same place, Staples Center, and
exactly
to counteract the Nexus, and it was like, yeah, John Cena has always been one of Daniel Bryan's biggest advocates, because remember, even the night after WrestleMania 28, he was getting him over with the whole yes. He was like helping getting the yes chance over, even though Bryan was a heel at that point in time.
You know what, though, I would like to bring up one thing, Mr. Rocker. Everybody's saying, oh, Cena's putting over Daniel Bryan. I got to say this, and it's probably going to sound like me being the Ring of Honor fan that I am, so if you don't like it, you can kiss my ass. Daniel Bryan was over before he got to the WWE to begin with. I mean, just look when he was on NXT. Everybody knew who he was. They weren't chanting Daniel Bryan. They were chanting his real name. So he's been over. It just took WWE this long to realize it.
Wait, what is his real name?
Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you heard like all the times like they were chanting Dragon. We want Dragon. We want Dragon.
No wonder he changed it. I mean,
Yeah, they just basically changed his name around.
Yeah, but the thing was like, of course, when you're coming in already with your own hype though, and Doug, I will agree with you. Yes, I think like Bryan was already over, but it was like, the thing is, there's a difference between being over as Bryan Danielson, American Dragon, and then being over as Daniel Bryan. And it was like, until the whole yes thing, and when he got his world title run back in, what was it, TLC in 2011, that's when he really started getting over as Daniel Bryan, but now it's like, now it's just gone off to a whole nother level.
I'll still remember him for his Ring of Honor matches. I don't care what anybody says.
All right, but they're going on, like, if they're going on after the contract signing, we would see the Great White Sheamus taking on reigning World Heavyweight Champion Alberto Del Rio in non-title action. And this one, I gotta admit, it was not the Sheamus we're used to, obviously still showing the effects of Money in the Bank,
Dude.
And Del Rio was taking full advantage of it, just like he did with Dolph Ziggler's concussion.
Man, Sheamus' leg looked nasty.
Yeah, and I would just like to thank Alberto Del Rio for doing such a great job. And you know what, though? There's only one thing missing. Alberto Del Rio should have just looked at Sheamus and said this great line from Leprechaun. Fuck you, Mr. Lucky Charms.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to strip off of Sheamus. Thank you. Oh.
Yeah, but anyway, like I said, Del Rio basically just went ham on Sheamus' leg, and eventually it came through because as Sheamus went for the white noise, his leg buckled. Del Rio slid down, cradled him up, and got a clean win, surprisingly. Yeah, so I gotta ask y'all, what do y'all think about this new Del Rio? Like, yeah, we saw him with Ziggler and the concussion. If, like I said, Sheamus on the leg tonight, I'm thinking, yeah, if you got an injury, you better not run into this new Alberto Del Rio.
Alberto Del Rio is becoming the Mexican ultimate opportunist. He's the Mexican Edge.
Okay, says LK said, man, and this is for my boy EL.CIBERNETICO. Fuck Edge.
No, I'm sure Ed's probably throwing his hamburger through the TV right now.
Hey, man, fuck you. I'm eating right now, right?
But then we go to another Texas boy, Mark Henry. He's talking about the Shield, and lo and behold, yeah, asked and he received, because the Shield did come down, but Mark Henry would not be fighting alone because the Usos would come down and help him clean house. What do you think is going to happen now? Do you see a potential 6-man at SummerSlam, like Shield versus Henry and the Usos?
Yeah, I see another set trying to take him out again.
No.
All right,
or
well,
maybe,
what do you think about it?
Go ahead, Ron.
From what I'm seeing tonight, I mean, there's been a lot of backstage people running their little godforsaken jibber jabbers about how they want to sit here and move the Shield forward. Obviously, they're taking a step away. They're improvising a hell of a lot, because honestly, from a few months ago, it was basically set up so that Kane, Daniel Bryan, and Undertaker would be battling the show at SummerSlam, but now with the Undertaker out until WrestleMania, Kane pretty much MIA. It just keeps getting more and more interesting as time progresses. I think that at this point, Mark Henry's just looking for some severe payback. I see if a 6-man tag, I think we've seen all this before. I think people want to see the Shield lose on pay-per-view, even though they got a pay-per-view caliber match last month on SmackDown. But if it's another 6-man tag match, this might be the one where the Shield actually loses on pay-per-view, because so far the Shield is still undefeated at pay-per-views as far as 6-man tags go.
Yeah, so I'll take it nobody's going to bank on Henry and Ambrose for a U.S. title match.
I'm going to make a bold prediction. And this is going to shock people. The Shield at SummerSlam will lose one of their titles.
Care to elaborate which one?
I'm going to say they'll lose the tag team titles. Usos will win the tag team titles.
You think the Usos are going to actually get that book?
Viewer discretion is advised.
Take a look at that.
Hey, no spoilers.
The bank.
Yeah.
Hey, no spoilers.
All right. Moving on.
No.
We got Christian Titus and Neil Christian on that one. That was a big. Yeah, whatever. Okay, then we had Dolph Ziggler, Darren Young. Yeah, Dolph won that one. Yeah, that was another whatever. And despite Big E trying to lay him out there. Then we go on to Miz TV, where we had the Divas from Total Divas in the ring, and apparently, Brie Bella should have remembered. Brie Bella did not pay attention to wardrobe because apparently there was some nip slip going on. I don't know if it was real, if it was just like somebody just caught a good angle or whatever, but hey,
thank you.
Their own. So, yeah, and then of course, as usual, the king gets slapped by a woman. But there were also going on. Yeah, there were also going on too. Yeah, Brad Maddox again confronted by the McMahons. Shock. I was like, yeah, do you think Triple H pretty much gave away the plot like way too early about the old man being Brad Maddox's voice, so to speak?
No, not really, because hell, Brad Maddox gave it away himself because all the shit that he said, Vince had already said that about him.
Yep.
The exact same shit that he said to Daniel Bryan, Vince had already said that about him weeks before.
Yeah, then we're going into D. Bryan. Well, we were wondering who he'd face, like all three matches here, but it was like, first off, we had D. Bryan, the real American Jack Swagger, and of course, D. Bryan would make him tap to the yes lock, and then Swagger's partner Antonio Cesaro would get off of this, and I'm going to go off of this. Daniel Bryan, you're going to make me really mad at you, because every damn week I'm changing my opinion on you being in the match of the year. First had you and Randy Orton when you had No Holds Barred match a couple weeks ago, or Street Fighter, whatever it was. Then I had you and Sheamus right before Money in the Bank. Now I'm giving you and Cesaro this match. I was like, yeah, everybody talk on this one, because D. Bryan and Cesaro were going ham in this one.
Man, that fucking match is fucking awesome.
That could have been a match on a pay-per-view card.
Exactly. That was pay-per-view caliber right there.
Yeah, that's like that. Yeah, because I was messaging, like, our CEO, Mr. Stanbury. It was like, yeah, if they ever made Cesaro, like, step up to the next level, I was like, yeah, D. Bryan, Cesaro, that will be a big 4 pay-per-view. Not one of these minor ones like Payback or TLC or Elimination. I'm talking this could be a Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Like, I don't know if it would be quite for WrestleMania, but hey, here's the hoping. But then, after a near 25-minute uppercut and forearm fest and everything in between, D. Bryan wins again, only to have Ryback be revealed as opponent number 3 in the gauntlet. And needless to say, we went from great match to match I'd rather forget about, but I can't because, unfortunately, Ryback decided to pull a Sin Cara and botch the hell out of moves left and right.
Tragedy.
Yeah, including the ending of the match where he was supposed to catch Daniel Bryan at a powerbomb, but then he lost his grip. But then he made up for it by powerbombing Daniel Bryan through a table, giving Bryan a disqualification win. John Cena runs out. Yeah, and then, of course, like, to help Daniel Bryan because he knew, like, Ryback was going to do some more damage. So then he makes a challenge saying, yo, you put Daniel Bryan through a table. How about you try to put me through one? So Ryback accepts. So apparently we are going to have a tables match next week between Cena and Ryback. But then we cut to the back, and walks Vince McMahon next to Brad Maddox. And it's like, okay, that's like good. You're going to make that official, but what about Daniel Bryan? Are you going to die him any competition? So then he pulls the Jedi mind trick, and then Maddox catches on. So now we're going to have Team Hell No facing each other. It's Daniel Bryan versus Kane the next week on Raw as well. So the road to SummerSlam it's going to look even bumpier next week. Guys, what do you think about D-Bry and Kane facing each other, and it's Cena and Ryback in the tables match.
Oh, God. I love the Kane and Daniel Bryan match for that Cena versus Ryback in a tables match. That makes me want to watch Hogan versus Warrior, too.
Damn.
I'm like, no, not again.
Didn't we run from
Say what?
Like, didn't we already get this tables match in the 3 stages of hell match already?
Yeah, I was just about to say, didn't
did.
they have this? Yeah, didn't they have this at Payback or something or whatever?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it was stage 2. It was stage 2 of the 3 stages of hell match. So what the fuck?
Yeah, which breaks Cena's curse because he finally won one. But it was like,
hey, I want to say one thing. If anybody's listening from WWE, nice going on the false advertisement about Big Show, you fuckers.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Speaking of bosses, yeah, WWE messed up. Yeah. What the hell?
What's the party?
That's right, girl. I know it's funny, ain't it?
Well, here's the problem, though. They didn't say which Raw. They could have meant tonight's Raw or said one they're taking.
No, Cole
Cole
said next week.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be tonight's Raw because they advertised it Friday on SmackDown.
Yep, it was Cole. It was Cole said that he'd be back in action on Monday.
Well, here's the thing, now. They did, but they could have meant tomorrow night's Raw taping. That's the thing. It's still a Raw. That is this week technically. So.
But then technically, they would have put it. They would have aired a promo for next week then. Well, which is going to take tomorrow or whatever. So they have to have meant this week's Raw because when they say Monday, they mean the up and coming Monday. Like, okay, what's going to happen on Raw Monday? Find out. Blah blah blah. And they were talking about this week's Raw.
Yeah, because if he was going to come back next week, they would have been like, he comes back in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, come back 2 weeks from Monday.
But then again, let's also touch on a couple other things that happened. The birthday boy Fandango, unfortunately, didn't get the birthday present he wanted because he took a little crossroads from Cody. Despite interference from Mr. Money in the Bank World Heavyweight title, Damian Sandow. Then, of course, we'd also found out that Mr. 5-Star RV Dane continued his winning ways against Wade Barrett. And we also learned that Van Dam would be in non-title action this coming week on SmackDown against Alberto Del Rio. And I had to think, so we finally have a relevant World Heavyweight title match at SummerSlam for the first time in a little while.
What is the world title? Wait, what is the world title match at SummerSlam?
No, there's none set yet. There's none set yet.
This could have been potentially. Maybe RVD would beat him, and maybe they would go from there. But that'd be stupid.
That's what I'm thinking. Is like if Van Dam pulls off the win on SmackDown this week. Yeah, congratulations, Rob. You got a world title match not even a month back in the company.
I'm going to say this right now. If Rob Van Dam gets the title shot, I will be cheering for Alberto Del Rio and learning how to speak Spanish.
Wow, really?
So, El, you're going to have to be my teacher if that happens.
I took that very offensive.
By the way, you might as well make this a clean sweep on that one because that was just disrespectful as fuck.
Do you think I care?
What's in it?
Follow the buzzer.
Consider this was coming from Doug. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
You got to follow the buzzers.
Buzzers? I'm not the Looney Tunes character.
Yeah, so anyway, to wrap this up, how do y'all think this SummerSlam is going to shape up with, let's not all forget, I almost glossed one other thing, with CM Punk with the Brock Lesnar as well. I'm going to tell y'all what, this may wind up this may wind up having a stipulation at it, like because I'm thinking there's no way this match stays normal.
No, this ain't CM
With
Punk.
Paul Heyman involved? No.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, that's right, especially with Heyman involved. But I'm like thinking, what do you think?
Damn, Dude Devil. Oops, did I just say that on the air? Did I just say Dude Devil on the air?
You gotta follow the buzzers.
Yeah, but it's an uncensored show, so we get away with it. But like I said, what do y'all think? CM Punk, Brock Lesnar. CM Punk, Brock Lesnar. What do you think if they do anything to this match? Do you think they make this no disqualification or something?
No, you need something like extreme. You need like a Hell in a Cell or something with like some, I don't know, some.
Hate it.
No, with this one, in this case, you got pretty much a man who loves crippling people. You got a guy who pretty much calls himself the best in the world, guy who calls himself the beast. You pretty much have to put this in a confined structure, but a Hell in a Cell literally with about a month before the actual pay-per-view of the same damn name, it wouldn't work. But you got to put these guys in a confined position in which pretty much Paul Heyman can literally do all the tricks he wants to, but doesn't turn out to be anything like Triple H versus Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules. So put these guys in a match, but don't make them pin each other. No fucking pinfalls between two so-called submission specialists. Put these guys, make it to the point where somebody has to tap out and scream to the top of the lungs all the way to the heavens, scream out, flat out, I quit.
I actually got an idea. Let's bring back a match not seen in a while, and it play to Brock Lesnar's advantage. A Lions Den match.
Yes. Take it back to the old school.
I don't know. Is it me, or does anybody feel like at the end of the promo that Paul Heyman sounded like a little bitch when he said, and my best friend, Brock Lesnar, like he's saying, like, you're not my best friend anymore. Brock Lesnar is.
Yeah, but then again, I've always thought Paul said it like a bitch, but that's another issue.
I was just going to say, when doesn't he sound like a little bitch?
Thank you. I mean, in all
I'm
fairness,
just saying,
I mean, seriously. Really.
But he's right.
I mean, really, he did sound like a little kid, like, yeah, you're not my best friend anymore. He is. Like, really, dude? Who gives a fuck?
He's always lying.
I think in all simple fairness and honesty, Paul Heyman is pretty much the little bitch version of Vicky Guerrero without the damn little cougar necklace wrapped around his neck.
You know what was funny though? When
you really feel?
Hey, but you know what though?
And Brock Lesnar is his big brother.
But you know what was funny though? When CM Punk said he was going to grab him by his fat neck.
Oh, God.
Yes.
I was like, wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Garfield and friends.
So, really?
You're welcome.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you what, like, this road to SummerSlam, I'm going to tell you what, it is, I'll just tell you what, this may even finally be one of the best SummerSlams that we've had in a long time, and Lord knows we've deserved one. Because because they're taking their time to build up stories heading into SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm. But you know, it's a big difference, right? Paul Heyman.
Yeah. As much as I can't stand Paulie, I do got to give him credit because he has been like real instrumental in like giving us a match worth watching. It like outside of the title matches. It was like. Yeah, Punk and Lesnar, I say, WWE, please do not blow this one.
But knowing them, you know they're going to fuck themselves and do it, you know.
I thought you was going to tell them to get a life.
Ooh.
Tell WWE to get a life too, but it's
my
like,
bad.
yeah.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Gator, I would like to use Gator's advice and tell that to Brad Maddox because I see you being featured endeavored within 5 Survivor Series.
Actually, in all fairness, in regards to Brad Maddox, the Brady family call, they want their wardrobe back.
You're welcome.
That's my
sorry,
brother. Damian Sandow, you're welcome.
I was jumping around my apartment. I'm gonna get in trouble.
All right, everybody. All right, everybody. Well, that's
about Pragmatics.
Sure. Oh, everybody. Well, that's
job.
Oh, sorry.
By beating Vicky. No.
Oh, say that again, Doug.
Pragmatics is going to beat Vicky Guerrero on a Raw vs. SmackDown team to keep his job and become GM of both shows.
Spoiler alert.
No.
We already had that.
Can I drown
Spoiler alert.
myself now after that?
That's my bold guarantee of the night, besides the other
Bold.
one.
Doug, how fucking shit-faced are you right now?
I
Wow.
can't drink tomorrow, man, remember?
I'm sorry, but
So much
really,
that you'll actually see him make a cameo on Total Divas at some point during the season.
Oh, wow.
yeah, as one of
On
the
that
divas.
note, on that note, we're going to wrap it up. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all check us out on Facebook. Name of the group Wrestling Commentary Central. Hit us up on WCC Live page as well, and also on Twitter at WCC Live. Make sure y'all check out all of our shows, Uncensored every Monday. Overload is back tomorrow, finally, and we got some special guests on it. You got some special guests, right, El?
Yes, sir. Going down tomorrow night. Be sure to join us. WCC reminds you to always support your local indie scene out there. Going down Friday, August 30th in beautiful Azusa, California. That's right, Azusa, California. XWW, Extreme World Wrestling, comes to you live from the Veterans Hall. For more information, go to facebook.com/theXWW. Simple as that. Be sure to join us tomorrow night as we have Bobby Hollywood, Mr. California, and Too Tough Tony. That's right. All you got to do is call 760-569-7676, access code 200-446-POUND. Don't forget to hit that pound. That's what she said. Also, they will be inviting you guys. They will be inviting you guys to the Ultra-Violent Cup. That's right, the Ultra-Violent Cup. 8 men will enter, 1 will win. Who will become the Ultra-Violent Cup winner? Find out. All you got to do is hit them up on Facebook at facebook.com/theXWW. Simple as that. And don't forget, going down Wednesday night. That's right, Wednesday night. Don't forget, check out Sex Battles and, of course, Ring Rockers. Guys, take it away.
Thank you very much. And speaking of Wednesday night, it's going to be a DX night because as you know, one guy just celebrated a birthday tonight. Happy birthday, HBK, Shawn Michaels. The other guy, his birthday coming up Saturday. Happy birthday to the Game Triple H. So I figure we're going to make it 2 parties for the price of one this Wednesday night. Thank you very much. We're going to make it 2 parties for the price of one as we relive DX's most infamous moments this Wednesday night on Ring Rockers, followed by Sex Battles. Yo, Gator, what's the topic this week?
Yo, what's good? This week, we talking about how to tell the difference between real and fake love.
Oh, wow.
If you don't know how to do that, you need to join us. We'll be talking about it. Thank you, Monique. Shout out.
Damn, that was deep stuff, yo. And, of course, Thursday nights, we got my man Big Red with the recipe, and I want to say shout out to the new heavyweight champion, Chris Sabin. It's about time TNA, y'all gave that man the belt.
Not really.
Hell, Sabin. That's right. You got to join us this Thursday night as we continue the celebration of Hell Sabin. Hey, I was excited for him to win that title. You guys join us Thursday night. Continue this going on. And also, this Thursday, they will be crowning a new X Division champion.
Oh, watch out.
Oh. And
Come on, Sanjay Dutt. Sanjay Dutt.
And then, of course, that culminates into the Friday main event because Mr. Barrett will be recapping all of that with the rest of the WCC family.
Oh, God.
So you'll make sure y'all catch the main event every Friday night, 30 minutes after SmackDown.
Wait a minute. Let me see if I can understand this clearly. You telling me that TNA is still around? I mean, I thought it went bankrupt.
Really? Ooh.
And no one asked you, sir.
Ooh. I'm sorry. I just came in I must have came in at the wrong moment. Did I come in at an announcement? I'm sorry. I should have left that for the after show. I'm sorry.
All right. Break it up. 10. All right, for the man live from direction LA, El.CIBERNETIco, make sure y'all catch the Overload tomorrow night because it's going to be banging whenever Bobby Hollywood in town. Of course, for DJ Gator, for Big Red, for Captain Ron, and for Doug, I'm Rockin' Reese. Make sure y'all always check us out. Wrestling Commentary Central, we are the new voice of wrestling. Support your local indie wrestling scene, and we will see you tomorrow night on Overload. Thanks for checking out Uncensored. We'll be back next Monday night. Peace.